What's up, y'all? Back with a first time ever update video. Usually I don't do these, but I think this update is real important. So before I start, I just want to say this. I am very happy and glad that they gave us this whole forum post that's telling us what they are doing behind the scene. We as a community, we always complain how they ain't telling us nothing, they're leaving us in the dark, right? Well, this is just a step, and so whatever I say down the road, I just want to put this out there to contradict whatever I say that is unfairly opposing to what I'm saying, right? So I'm happy that they did all of this, right? So right here, this is just a introduction, nothing new. Just telling us here's the news we got going on. First thing ever, announcing large content releases. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'll just summarize it. But what this basically means is they finally realized that us players, majority of the players, like large content releases how it was back then. Before, I don't know if it was Halls of Power Part 1 or Part 2, when it's, just before monthly content. So they realized that, we players, we like it that way, and so they're going to try to go back this way, right? And so, reading all of this, what is very important to read is that episode 25, this sentence right here, episode 25 launched last week for all players. This is the episode that's released currently. Episode 26 will launch later this month. Alright, cool. In this July. In episode 27, our first new large release, keyword, will launch towards the end of this year or the beginning of next. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind. This sentence will launch towards the end of this year or the beginning of next. And yes, episode 27 will be Amazon Fury Part 3, which if you remember Amazon Fury Part 2 with Dawn of the Dead and Halls of Hades, that shit was legit, alright? So remember that sentence, but scrolling on later down, we're going to go to the status of current initiatives. So basically what this sentence right here is that they do have stuff that they already said or spoke on what they was going to do currently, so they give some updates. So, game updates. First to be assured, it will continue, everything will be the same, SM, witching out, holiday events and all that, so that's going to be the same. Crossplay, Xbox One and fourth color option, new storylines. Just right here, check, 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 check. Basically means that they done all of this already, which is cool. Stats matters, stats revamp and removing CR differential. Our plans to revamp stats and remove CR differential continue, and we expect to have both in place before episode 27 launches. Okay? Before episode 27 launches. And if you scroll back here, you will see that the episode 27 will launch towards the end of this year or the beginning of next. Remember that, because I will go in more into it later. Mid-range balance. The mid-range balance passes also continue as planned, and weapons are next, followed by the remaining 4 powers. We already know who they are, and powers will remain atop it at the format of mines, blah blah blah. No date, which is sad. They're basically just saying, yeah, we know. That's it, right? Alternative character progression. So I read through this, and basically, because I gotta redo it again. So you may see a taste of progress. So basically they're going to change some ways up. They are planning on changing how the character progression goes in. So that ties into people getting their CR all the way up, and not knowing how to play their roles and stuff like that, right? So there's more to it, but it ties to that. Water powers. Oh, now this is sad news. Water is still our next power, featuring hydrokinetics and tide calling. And art and design. And art and design work has been underway for some time. Just the keyword underway. That basically means it's still in work. This is the art and the design. So that said, water depends on many of the other system initiatives we have in the works. That's another keyword. Water depends on many of the other system initiatives we have in the works, most significantly revamping stats, and we want to complete these prior to releasing water. Water may or may not release this year. So if all of that didn't help you, they just had this statement, water may or may not release this year, which kind of sucks. Like, yeah, people say that, oh, they haven't given us an update. They never gave us an exact date of when water power will be released, but it sucks. It sucks that it's not releasing this year, but let's keep on going. Styles and gear unlocking. Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it somewhere up, up here. But if you already read through this and you just want to hear my overall opinion, I will put a time frame up here somewhere, and just so you can skip to that. So I'll make sure to put that description and probably at the beginning of the video. So if you heard this right now, just a little foreshadow. But continue on. Style and gear unlocking. We still want players to be able to keep. Uh, Basically, what this means is how they promise how we'll be able to unlock styles on our alts, and basically, and gear unlock are no longer expected to launch this year. So they are not doing that this year, which is pity because I do have a, inspired style that I want my tune, to match up with my main, but it's not in my priorities at the top. League tours. We have tabled additional league tours and changes in this round at the concept phase and may or may not return to them later on. We would like to hear your thoughts. So basically, they want to improve the league with the league, tours and stuff, which I think is cool. I don't really care about it. It does what it does as the league is now, but that's cool. Adding stuff, I'm always welcoming to additions. Now, announcing new initiatives. As we look ahead to the second half of the year and preparing for episode 27, we have much we wish to accomplish and many new things we want to try. We will continue to work to improve the game and address your concerns. We are preparing to do so from many different angles, some of which we would like to share with you now. As in, new PvP map and gear set, Suicide Squad, huh? So basically, they just said that we have a new PvP map theme that's coming up. You know, this map would be Bella Reeve, Amanda Waller prison facility, all that stuff. And check this out. PvP is a vital component to the game and one that we expect to continue to spend time on this year and beyond. Alright, let's keep going. Level 30 missions. So, this ain't nothing new to us in the end game, but what's going on is they are planning to. Wait, what? I gotta read this again. We plan to add new missions at level 30 to help guide players from pre-30 life to post-30 life in Dcuo. Okay, okay, excuse me, but I haven't read this. So the transition right now is overwhelming and needs to be better explained. La, la, la. This might not seem like something that applies directly to most of the advanced players reading this update, like I stated in the first time, but it does in the number of your potential friends and fellow players that we lose every day at this transition. So I think what that goes into is how, new players don't know how to play the game. And how we say there should be like a role tutorial of, explaining this is how you play healing, tank, troll, Maybe that can be what that is. Who knows? No idea. Early leveling? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm lazy. I'm gonna skip through that. The skip tutorial on level 25 auto boost. Now, skip tutorial is a free feature that will allows us to jump directly into the leveling game without playing the tutorial, which is cool, since they're making it so sadly easy, what's the point? Especially if we have all, just for all. And to level 25 auto boost, which will be a marketplace purchase. And I have nothing against that. Every other game's got it. Star Wars Old Republic got it. Guild Wars 2 got it. That's all I can think of MMOs that have it, but that ain't nothing, especially you have an alt. Now, will allow players to jump directly to level 25. Now, what can be a concern is, what would this go in towards players who are new, just want to power level through and have no idea of the game? Yeah? Food for thought, right? So announcing open episodes this summer. I still have no idea what this means, but finally we are incredibly excited to announce open episodes, Game Update 62, to introduce new functionality that will temporarily open episodes content to all new players. Oh shit, that's cool. And extended loot lockout timers for all players who are not members or who do not own content. And just read on through that. I think this is very important, but like I said, I'm too lazy. I just came home today and, just look up in the forums and saw all of this, right? But now it's our turn. There's a lot of news to digest, so let us thank you for reading, and we are standing to your answers and questions. So this is awesome. They're telling us all these things